Hey everyone, it's Alex and Joe from Radd.
Yo!
And we're here today. We're looking at the Master Customs Quasar. We're going to go over and do the usual shit. We're going to measure him, weigh him, and let you know what we think about him. So keep watching, guys and girls. Whoever else watches.
Gender rebels.
Yeah. Binary. Non-binary and... yeah.
Yo! Like Alex was saying, we're going to be cracking on with the Quasar review from Master Customs. This is in quarter scale. I got this piece in recently. I was away, so I had it delivered to Alex's gaff. And then Alex promptly went away the next day, last minute, which was like devastating. So I just got back and he then fucked off, which was brilliant. So I had to stay at Alex's house for like, you know, just about a week before I managed to get down here and see it in person. A brief history on this character. This actually is the Wendell Vaughn. It's actually Wendell Elvis Vaughn character who is Quasar. Quasar's been a number of characters. Neutron was pretty much first, but they don't consider that to be Quasar. That's like a bit separate. And then after that, you've got, I think it's Fila
Val. Richard Ryder.
Richard, who is Nova, was also has been Quasar at one point in time or another.
Funny enough, there's another Nova as well, isn't it? Because there's Frankie Ray Nova.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with this sort of character, we'll do a brief little history before we get into the statue. The actual guy himself, Wendell Vaughn, was a military man. He was actually pretty successful. He got up to, I think, lieutenant, and then he applied to be a field agent with SHIELD. During his testing with SHIELD, they discovered, or they sort of uncovered, that he was quite passive and that he lacked the killer instinct that a field agent requires. So they basically turned him down. He went to work with, I think, Stark Industries. And what actually happened is he was working, and his father, a scientist, was basically testing out these quantum bands. Now, quantum bands are the things you can see that basically has on his sort of arms there. Yeah, on his forearm, sort of. They're basically where he gets his powers from. But he was there. They were testing out these bands on another soldier, and what happened was he actually like exploded when he took the power on, and then at that exact moment, a company called like AIM, you probably heard of in the comics, attacks at that very point, and him to try Wendell Vaughn trying to save the scientists, one of them, which was his father, actually puts the bands on. The father's like, oh my god, no, you're gonna like die. And he basically destroys AIM using the bands, and then the power starts to generate like before, where it's building up, and it's about to explode. He actually flies right up into space as far away as he can to try and, so he can save people. So if he does blow up, like to save himself and his father and all the scientists. But what ends up happening is, because he's quite passive, he manages to calm down and he gets control of the quantum bands and ends up becoming Quasar as a result. So,
to protect the universe.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of people don't really know who the character is. He has been an Avenger. He's actually been pretty big nuts in a few different things.
Well, he's one of the founders of SHIELD, isn't he?
He is the founder of Super Agents of SHIELD, I think, yeah. His first appearance as Quasar is Incredible Hulk number 234. Well done. That's his first appearance as Quasar himself.
He's also got some quite weird covers. He's got that one where he's pregnant. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, there's a cover of him pregnant.
Nice.
He's like that holding the baby on the cover.
Oh, like Demi Moore pose.
Yeah, kind of.
There's a piss take. That still found her so fit. It's wrong, guys.
Roasting of Bruce Willis, and she is quite hot still.
She's still hot, and it's wrong, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, I fancy Dolly Parton, so that says a lot about me. Right, so I got this piece in. Actually, I was quite lucky.
I think Nick did as well. I think I made a comment about you, and Nick stood up for you.
Good for him. Good boy, Nick. Belgian blue. I got this piece. Actually, it was a fluke. I have to say a massive thank you to actually Bushy. You all know him as Bushy Collector and stuff like. What's his real name? Do you know his real name?
Well, his real name isn't his name on Facebook.
All right, so don't say it then, just in case you don't want it shed. Anyway,
that's him. So, but
I saw his video actually first, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I need to like just the picture. And then when I got into it and I seen it was Quasar and it was Wendell Vaughn, I thought to myself, "That's awesome. That piece looks great." And then I started asking him, "Who do I get in contact with? What do I do? How do I get this?" And then I spoke to Hongzia Chan. Yeah, or Ariel, yeah. But that's who I spoke to, and I got pointed in the right direction, and now it's here. There's only 60 of these made in the entire world. There is no artist proofs, so it's quite a rare run. We'll start...
Which is quite good, because there's a lot of customs who
do 40 and then 40 fucking APs.
The artist proof side of things.
Yeah, and they want more money for it, which is even hilarious. Isn't it? Yeah, that's priceless. But anyway, this is one of 60, so we're going to we'll go through the base and we'll let you know what you think. You've got an idea of the character. You actually get this really nice print as well, which comes with it, which actually is from Realm of the Kings. I think this is #1. I do own this comic. I do own a lot of them. I quite like the art of this run.
Who's at the back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't remember. Somebody actually
said
as well,
because that looks like Iron Man, but it's like a...
They're all a bit like that. You've got Captain America and you've got like thing. It looks like they're all almost Dark Avengers, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
But yeah, he's in the centre of there, and that statue's taken right exactly from that actual cover, which is the reason why I was like, wow, what the fuck is that? Because I've got that cover and I love that artwork. So really nice. Actually a really nice print as well to get with that. So, you know, decent size for framing and all such things. You also get a switch out head at the front, and that's pretty much it for switch outs.
Yeah, just the head. So the piece, when it comes into you, it's in several pieces. So it's the base, it's the whole body, the cape, the shoulder pads are separate, and the two heads. So that's what you got.
It's not too many pieces. Pretty good.
No. It's, and also, I mean, I put it together on the unboxing, and it wasn't too painful.
Dude, so fucking terrifying. I was like literally so terrified when I was watching that video. You didn't even wear gloves as well, which I'm gonna have to slap you for later.
Yeah, someone did comment on that. And I was like, fuck off. George didn't pick up on this.
Right, so if we go on to the base, actually the base, he's like, what do they call this? This is actually called something like the many-armed one or some other shit. It's got like a name, many-angled one.
I don't know.
I think it's many-angled one or whatever it is anyway. Actually reminds me of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 giant squid thing, obviously a little bit smaller in size. But basically what the base is...
I told you what Coulson said as well, didn't I?
Oh.
I told you this morning when my girlfriend saw this piece and she looked at the squid on the bottom and she goes, yeah, he ain't dead, is he? He ain't hurting him. I was like, yeah, he ain't having a good day. You know?
Well, he's got like loads of spikes running through his thing. You go through the base, you've got this sort of like planet surface, or maybe even an asteroid. I can't even tell. I mean, it almost looks like whatever planet surface this is. Yeah, it's on fire, or it's got lava underneath it.
It's got lava for sure, and that could even be lava. Whatever's coming out of him.
It could actually be from him. It looks like.
But then again, if you look at these rocks at the front, all the cracks have kind of flames in there as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe he is actually like a flame. Like lava comes out of him.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it could be that. I mean, I think that when you start talking, I mean, it's deceptively big as well. I watched the unboxing that Alex did with bated breath, and I thought, oh, that looks like easily displayable. It is actually quite big.
I didn't notice that. Look.
Yeah, he's got a claw. Did you not see that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's got a claw. Yeah,
he's got like a.
The paintwork on the base, especially on the squid, is exceptional. It's really super clean. It's got great shading in it. It's got some great colours. The teeth look fantastic. They've got like a gloss. I'm really happy with it running all the way through. There's also the inside, you know, where the
suction.
The suction.
That's my
things.
favourite part. It's got like a silver hint to it,
like a pearly sort of colour, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a pinky.
Yeah, like a mother of pearl.
Yeah, it's got that sort of shine. We got it. We get there.
I do really I like that. That's one of my favourite.
I love the shading on it as well. I really like the sort of there's a lot of dark sort of shading onto the squid. There's cuts and nicks. It's got these spikes running through going through out and then out the other side of it. Big gash in the arms.
Yeah. I
think that's really fantastic. And as you can see, as I'm turning this, I actually can turn it any which way I want. It is
not arms.
Yeah, well, many angled tentacle
ones. As I say,
it is really solid. People did say on the unboxing they were concerned about the peg. The peg has sort of almost a telescopic thing going on to it, where it's got like a wedge and then another square sort of wedge at the bottom. So it sort of fits in sort of two ways and it's really sturdy. It's not going anywhere.
Also, there's no movement on the peg because it's an unusual shape as well. It's kind of got like a point and then it kind of goes into a square, I think.
Yeah.
And so the way it sits, it's not like where you have a peg which is a square, but it kind of can kind of go.
It can move.
Rock a little bit.
No, it can't. No.
This goes straight in, and the point goes into the point, and then it's pretty stiff.
I mean, also as well, it's got a fantastic center of gravity as well. So a lot of the problem with like pegs in general is when the weight distributed is over to one side, but this actually is really quite straight from the neck to the body all the way down in a line. It's pretty straight.
You've also got this like on the base as well. You got this kind of bit of
Yeah.
neck here. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it
There's
looks
some
like
kind
some
of
sort of
neck piece there.
I don't know if that goes into the back of that bloody. No, it doesn't. It goes into the base. It's like a ship part or something. Maybe some damage. A ship part.
Oh, if we said
Not ship part. No, a ship part. Ship.
But as
part.
I say, I mean, yeah, I never even noticed these claws.
There's like a I'm sure somebody told me that this is the many angled one of that is the base, but it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which was the best part of that shit film was the fucking squid beginning because of his cat.
And then you work up into the figure. The figure again is all one piece, and apart from the cape, the actual body is all one piece. And
sculpted by
Gurjit Singh.
Gurjit Singh, who has done a fucking amazing job.
Done a really good job
on this.
I mean, the boots start off there. He's got the continuation of the those kind of gem thing on the ankles, calves. The boots there with the great shading. But my favourite part of the body is really weird. I love this texturing on the trousers. It's almost like
actually it's all the way
skin.
up in it.
It goes all the way up, and it goes up the back, and then
it is really textured, isn't it? I mean, you can imagine what the prototype with this was like. It would have been so textured because in print you lose a lot of these details, so it would have been massively over textured.
In paint.
Yeah.
What happens is they have to take into consideration how much the paint is going to take away from the texture, so they have to over texture it.
Yeah.
So this would have been
really textured.
But I do really like that. You've got these like really nice little creases on his hip coming across there. Really well done. Really, that's my. It's weird, but it's one of my favourite parts of that. And then you got all the gold.
I really love that cape.
Yeah.
I really like. Yeah, but we're here. This is where we are. This is the sort of piece I think that if you had, the fan art Gladiator, or you know what I'm talking about, or the Adam Warlock, the recent one that's come out. These are the type of piece you have like Thanos on front. If you have Thanos, no, that crap that is. If you the Thanos on front,
I don't think it's crap.
I don't like it. Even repainted, I don't like it. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan at all.
The one we saw was painted by Manny's kids or whatever it was. So
I still don't like it.
I don't agree. I think.
But yeah, so that's up to you. I don't like it. But this also, I mean, for me, this will go great with Better Ray Bill, XM Studios Better Ray Bill, and Thanos on Throne Maquette from Sideshow will look fantastic with that as well. It's got real presence, and I agree with Alex. I think that Rhino. I mean, there's even veins and creases in his trousers there, which just look really cool.
There is there are comments about people thinking that this looks like it's leaning. It's not. It's the way he's kind of posed.
It's that way, isn't it? Yeah,
because he's not directly like he's being crucified kind of thing. He is kind of angled.
It's turning.
So in some images, it can give the illusion that he is actually leaning. There is no lean at all in this piece.
No, because it's meant to be displayed like that. At my angle, my viewing point, it's meant to be. I don't know if I can do it with the camera, but it's pretty much like that. So he's sort of turning. You can see all that beautiful body sculpt, and underneath his arms, his serratus, his obliques, his chest. You can see sort of even like you can see his ribs, where his rib cage actually points up. It's fantastic. Yeah. You can feel that sort of that chest up. It's amazing.
These comic characters. Do you know how ripped you would have to be
to
be able to see your muscles through that? Unless he's wearing like some compression.
He's painted on, man.
Yeah,
that's painted on. Before he goes out, they spray him. Spray some red in there.
It's the same as like when you. I love the way it looks, and it is comic accurate, but it's the same as when you get like a Wolverine or something like that, and he's wearing leather gloves, and you see the veins coming through the gloves.
They're either shit gloves or he's got some serious. he's got some serious veins going on. Yeah, he's got some serious. He's got a problem, and he's getting removed.
Some laser.
The thing is with the power, the quantum bands actually power this character. It's unlimited power that they possess, and also, which is interesting as well, if you're into like the MCU stuff at the minute, we're just delving into sort of the quantum zone, and these are actually quantum bands, and the power comes from that place. So while he has these on, they are fixed to him anyway, but while he has them, he can go into the quantum zone. He's got complete control in there. He knows exactly where he is. It's really quite impressive.
In Guardians 2, at the end,
I think
they had Adam Warlock, didn't they?
Maybe.
Because they called him, which is Adam Warlock's first name.
Maybe.
So he'll probably be the guy.
Yeah, possibly. I hope so.
Because he had quantum bands as well.
He did, yeah. No, I don't think so. You're thinking of Captain Marvel had them. I don't think Adam Warlock did, but tell us in the comments anyway. Now, as we get onto this and we talk about the sculpt is magnificent, we've moved our way up. The paint is really clean. It's super clean. Nothing is out of place here. It's actually really well done. There's only one critique. There's only one problem that I have with this piece. Now, every piece you get in, you get like a little thing here or there. When I had the Graven Labs Beast, I had a little problem with the key at the back, with the cables. Once in place, it was all right, but it's not the best key and it's not the best magnet. So that is, you'd probably say, all right, that's a downside. The only issue I have with this is this armband on the stretched up arm, the shoulder pad. I don't know if this is warped slightly in shipping or something has happened, but it's really tight with the bicep and the back of the shoulder, and you can only just sort of sit it in place. You can't push it all the way down without basically scuffing or scratching the piece, which I am not prepared to do. So that's a little bit unfortunate. It's my only critique, really. So it's there. Yeah. It's slightly raised up. I mean, it doesn't. The thing is, it doesn't. I can sort of get away with it. I'm going to probably ask for a replacement, maybe. You can get away with it because his arm is elevated, so it doesn't look like it's unnatural. It's not sitting right, really. But there is a gap under there that really shouldn't be there, and it's because his shoulder and his bicep, you know, are slightly bigger than what this piece sort of. It looks like it's closed a little bit on me, which could be warping during shipping. It may just be mine. So if you have the piece, let us know if it's a common issue.
It's a combination, the shoulder, the bicep, and also the cape. It just doesn't.
But if that goes down on this side, if this drops, it may alleviate from the cape. I just think it's this part. I think it's the back of his shoulder and his bicep. I think because it's like that, the way that these are formed is sort of like that, and I think this is ever so slightly closed. And I'm too scared. I mean, I could heat it and try and move it, but I really don't want to do that. It's not my sort of thing, so I'm going to leave that alone. That's my only critique, actually, is that on the piece itself. Everything else really is beautifully done. I'm really happy with it. Really happy.
So you got the head. Then moving on to the
portrait.
The portrait here. So this is the short hair one. This is the one I really prefer.
Yeah.
You got the silver eyes in there. I really like the way the hair's been done. I think this portrait is fantastic.
Yeah, I've seen lots of pictures of it actually, and in photographs it
comes off orange.
It comes off orange, and it also comes off like there's a pupil under there. There is no pupil in these eyes.
Yeah,
they are. Maybe it's the reflection of the person taking the camera, taking the photo, but there's no pupil in there. It is like a solid sort of really silvery gold, and they catch the light fantastically well.
Yeah.
I really like the paint on it. There is a little bit of a Caribbean sort of tan situation going on with the skin, but not terrible, not the worst I've seen.
Space, man. He's gonna get a bit.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of sun.
And then on this as well, you have the switch out. I think these faces are the same. I might be wrong.
Let me see. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think it's the same.
Same sculpt, do you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think. It looks slightly different, doesn't it? Like a little bit.
I don't know if that's been done by paint though. That's hard.
It looks.
That's really hard to see.
But this one looks a bit smaller.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It might be slightly different, but it's pretty much the same.
It's close. It's really close. I actually really like the He-Man head and all.
And then this one is the
good details though in there. Look at that with all the hair. It's fantastic.
The thing is with this one, the paint is done. It's really, really clean, and he's got these kind of like low lights done. So he's got an orange here, and then the yellow there, and it kind of blends in then to the head to where the orange goes. On this one, I think it is quite similar to the actual hair, isn't it? So when you look at the hair and the skin, I mean.
You mean underneath where the orange sort of gets in a little bit, maybe.
Maybe that could have been painted a little better.
You could definitely separate it more with a little bit of paint. But as a factory paint job, I'm actually pretty pleased.
Oh no, as a factory paint job, it's great. I'm just you have to find things wrong with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I really like I really like when I do my sort of pieces and I want them painted, and I have them professionally repainted by somebody. I really love to do this with the eyes, where you know they have the black sort of around the eyes. I really like that, especially when the pupil itself or the whole eyelid is really like bright. There you go. A really strong magnet, as you can tell.
Yeah. So I did actually make a joke, and on the on the unboxing, I made a joke and said that this was the He-Man head. And
it looks like He-Man.
Yeah, so when I said that, it was a joke because of the actual way he's got the He-Man haircut, like a modernised version of it. And he actually did say to me that he did a series of Master of the Universe busts, and he did actually use the hair from the He-Man. So by chance, by accident,
you stumbled across
that. Yeah,
it's funny that I actually really like. It's actually considering that the sculpt and faces are quite similar. It's actually quite a drastic change.
Yeah,
it's a funny thing. I kind of like the wind-swept sort of hair to one side thing. You sort of get the feeling, he's up in the air. I quite like it, but I really like that head. For me, the short hair, and that is the Wendell Vaughn that I know. So for me, that's like more my Quasar. Yeah, I really think that the muscularity on the sculpt as well on the body is fantastic. I mean, it really is. The thighs, the proportions are really, really... I mean, they're exaggerated, but he doesn't have massive legs to a small body or vice versa. The proportions between his triceps, biceps, forearm, shoulders, they're all really, really well done.
Look how firm his bum is.
I know, I haven't seen...
Christ, man, he's been squatting like a motherfucker.
That's glute raises, man. That's glute raises. Yeah, it's a really fantastic piece, and... I don't know. It's probably long sold out now, but if you are interested in something like this, you can't really go wrong. I may have a little word and see about that shoulder pads. The only thing on it that sort of like is bothers me a little is just the fact that it's not going as flush as I want it to go in, and I think it can go. I just think that something's warped or something, or maybe it's just mine.
I think with the other parts fit like a glove. I mean, the cape went on really, really well. The cape is really well made. But it's not heavy. But the thing is as well is the cape does actually sit on the rock at the back to alleviate some of that.
Yeah.
Also then you go on to the way the paint is done on the cape. It's got like a great purple that goes into like a darker purple, almost black at the top, and then you got those stars on there. I really like the cape. I think the cape's been done so well.
Yeah, it is good.
I think I don't know about the character at all. I don't even know if he'll come into the MCU because I don't know. I don't think he'll be in the MCU.
Who knows?
I think he's too obscure.
Funny, he's in the top 50 Avengers. He's number 38.
50.
38 at 50. Dude, do you know how many people have been fucking Avengers? You've been an Avenger at some point that you were employed. Everybody's been an Avenger in some point, but I mean, who knows? The thing is with this, the good thing about this particular character, more than anything else, is there's an overly human element about it. So if you are going to make a film about like somebody in space, like Green Lantern, very similar to Green Lantern, but how Jordan is like a very human, he's flawed.
But I think he's too similar to Captain Marvel and Green Lantern for them to make a movie about it.
Possibly, yeah. He's definitely, but they've gone female with Captain Marvel as well.
Yeah.
They went that way, so maybe that leaves an opening for someone like this. I mean, you could do Janice Vale. Janice Vale's another badass character I like.
Yeah.
But again, this is what it is. Thanks for joining us, and we'll
got to be carried away, don't we?
Yeah, what we'll do, we'll measure him up, and we'll see how. Yeah, I'll do it.
You can do it.
Yeah, it's. You have to let us know what you think.
Going to say goodbye there, weren't
I
you?
was going to say goodbye. Then I imagine we've got a lot more to do.
To his index finger, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. We ain't going home yet.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. Work.
Jesus fucking hot.
How much do you think it is?
26?
Nah, it's 30.
30.
To the top of that index finger, that is 30 inches, which is around about 70, it's around 76 centimetres. It's monster, isn't it? Oh, no, I'm laughing, I don't want to put it. Right, base. Ooh, wait a minute, cape's the widest point.
Cape.
Yeah, hold that there then, just steady that. Okay, so the cape, width-wise, is around about, I would say it's about 48 centimetres, so around 19 inches.
Yeah, I ain't got any detail.
No detail in there?
No.
Okay, now depth, do you want to take it from the back?
Just another Saturday. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, did you scratch my piece then?
Oh, I didn't touch it. It's got to be about there, isn't it? Because there's that little sticky outy bit.
Stickily outy bit. All right. That sort of comes ever so slightly forward. So I'm going to say, in terms of depth, you're okay. It's around about 10 and a half inches. So
27 inches.
20. Yeah, it's about 20. It's about 26, 27 centimeters. That's not bad. I mean, in terms of that, so you've got a turning angle at least.
Oh, you can't.
Okay. Want me to do it?
Yeah. Why are you taking this picture? Jesus, mate, what's going on?
Wanted to flex, man. Let's have a look. I'm going to say about 10 kilos? 9 kilos? 9 kilos.
No, more.
Oh, shit. Oh! 10.880. That was not bad.
10.8 kilos per unit.
That's a really good guess, man. Come on, give me some credit. So it's 23.8 pounds. So it's nearly 24 pounds. Oh, sorry. Ah. Yeah. so beastly.
Yeah.
Big piece. Good weight as well, actually. I lifted it was good. The base is definitely really well centered. It's well balanced. I mean, the fact that I can pick it up and move it around. I mean, I could just pick this and put it over there. That's great.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about the piece. Let us know if you do have it and you do have that shoulder issue. Please comment below and let us know. What?
So I'm rocking now because
I'm back now. Yeah. So just let us know and just keep me up, because obviously if it's just mine, I'll probably just leave it alone. But I would like to know if it is a common fault, if something's happened in shipping or a fitting issue of some kind. Yeah. But overall, really strong showing. This is the first piece from this company I've ever seen. And it's a really good start. I have Drax on pre-order, and that's the big one for me. So this was actually like a tester piece. I thought I'd get this in because it'll go with a few pieces I got, and then if it was good,
well, the actual factory is doing a lot of moving into a lot of customs now.
Yeah.
So a lot of custom companies are actually using HCT, I think it is, which is Ariel's factory.
Ah, that's good, man. Well, I mean, other than the shoulder, I think it's come out perfectly. So yeah, good 9 out of 10 there. It's not too bad. Mad love. Peace.
Bye-bye. Just make sure you're not blocked off by him.
Yeah, fuck off. Floating cunt.
Take on this fuckhead.
Spin, bitch. What are you fucking directing today? Were you fucking at? Actually, it looks better now. You put your hat on, it looks alright. It's a bit slick back. Yeah, it looks good now. Man, when you were riding, I swear it looks good. I would never do that to you. Would you feel I'm that much of a cunt?
Yes. I've known you how long?
Do you want to do introduction?
So, Terence Hulk 234, also known as Philavel, and Richard Ryder.
Now, Philavel and Richard Ryder have both been Quasar, but this is not him, right? Not also known as.
Perfect.
Not also known as.
Look at that. That's what you need to get on this.
I need to get on that writing on yourself shit, don't I? All right, come on in.
I passed all my exams.
Did you do that?
Not really.
Oh, God. Go ahead then.
You started?
You do the intro because of my piece.
Hey everyone, it's Alex and Radd Tyne.
No, it's not. That's not. It's Alex and Gio. What the fuck?
I was going to say...
You've been doing too many videos on your own. That's what this means. You're getting into a habit.
You've had too much coffee. You fucking hell, man. I'm going to give you a slap.
You're jealous, aren't you? Because you ain't had none.
I had one about fucking 7 o'clock this morning. I need another one.
Yeah, let's do this. Again.
I was going to say, and Gio.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
You didn't give me a fucking chance. Do you know, like in the film, I was going to give you credit. Do you know, like when it's like, it's got all the names coming up.
Yeah. And
all of a sudden it will say, and Gary Oldman. And it's that kind of like, you know.
Power.
That and.
That power.
The and is always the big one, isn't it?
Yeah, power, yeah. Well, especially when it's Gary Oldman because he's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Alright, calm the fuck down.
Okay, I'll try.